patient diagnosed with the virus in the U.S. swells from just a dozen to about 100. Officials now trying to track all those contacts to check on their health. Meanwhile, the 4 people Thomas Eric Duncan was staying with have been ordered by authorities to stay inside that apartment after they violated a voluntary quarantine. Duncan's girlfriend, Louise, spoke to Anderson Cooper about the instructions she's received from the CDC.
Stay at home. I needed to stay at home and monitor taking my temperature. I'm going to be monitoring all of us. My son should stay at home, my nephews, everyone else should stay at home for 21 days. And we should not come outside. If we have to come outside, right on the porch, but not get down the stairs.
What did you think when you heard that?
Scary. I'm scary.
Inside the apartment, conditions are bleak. Louise says no one brought food on Thursday to the 4 people who are now barred from leaving that apartment to get it themselves until health officials sent some late in the day. Then there's the soiled clothes and the linens left behind by Duncan. Louise has sealed them in a plastic bag. Authorities scrambling to find a company to disinfect the apartment. Here's Dallas County's top elected official.
We have some hygiene issues that we are addressing in that apartment. This is a fluid situation. We have a contractor. There are protocols that have to be followed to clean and to take care of the things that need to be taken care of in there.
It's important to note that no one besides the original patient has shown any signs of Ebola infection. Duncan himself, he is still in serious condition in a Dallas hospital. Officials in Liberia are now saying that Duncan lied on the exit questionnaire he filled out at the airport when he wrote that he'd had no contact with anyone infected with Ebola. Officials say they'll prosecute him for that lie when he returns to Liberia. But Duncan's half-brother says he thinks Duncan did not know that a pregnant woman he helped was infected.
According to the story, this pregnant woman was walking and was falling off, and then he ran to help her so she can drop and hurt herself. But nobody will ever know who had Ebola, because Ebola, I think, is in the system. It's not on the body. So I think you have run to help the person. Maybe that's all. I think that's all we heard. That's the information. He didn't know the woman, according to the story.
The Dallas Independent School District trying to cope with Ebola fears this morning. Custodians dressed in white hazmat suits cleaning Low Elementary School Wednesday night, one of the 4 different schools attended by 5 children who had contact with Thomas Eric Duncan. The school district says those 5 children now being homeschooled.
We're also enrolled the 5 students into the homebound program so that they will get curricular supports and technology supports to continue their education.
United Airlines also taking precautions to address the scare. The airline is reaching out to the nearly 400 passengers who are on the flight with Ebola victim Thomas Eric Duncan, and they're referring them to the CDC. Duncan traveled on 2 United flights, one from Brussels to Washington, D.C., then on to Dallas-Fort Worth. CNN's Renee Marsh has more.
Christine, Dulles Airport was the second stop for this Ebola patient traveling from Liberia. We do know that United Airlines, one of the carriers he flew on, they are now voluntarily contacting all of the people who were on board this man's flight. There were 2 United Airlines flights involved here. The airline tells us that both of those planes are thoroughly cleaned. They were thoroughly cleaned with heavy-duty disinfectants. We also know that both planes remain in service. Now, there is a 3rd carrier, Brussels Airlines. That carrier brought him from Liberia to Belgium. They say they will continue to fly that route because it's their humanitarian duty as they are carrying medicine, supplies, and healthcare workers to the region. Christine?
All right, Renee Marsh, thanks for that.